What's going on, you crazy geometry cats? Today we're looking at circles and arcs. I'm not talking about the ones Noah built. Okay, some things we need to know about a circle before we start talking about circles. P is the center of a circle. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. AB has a diameter because it goes from edge to edge, okay? Through the center. PC is a radius because it goes from center to edge, okay? So this is also half the diameter, right? Your radius is half your diameter. Your radius is half your diameter. And APC is a central angle because it includes the center, remember? P is your center, hence center angle. Okay. Ten slides, guys, we're gonna go. Now, in terms of arcs, arcs are a piece of a circle. RS is a minor arc, okay? Because it only has two letters. It's two letters and less than half the entire thing, right? Now, if you want to go the long ways, you have to call STR. Three letters make up a major arc. Okay, that says you're going in another direction. You need this letter, the T, to denote which direction to go in. Okay? So if there's no in-between letter, you're going the shortest distance. If there's an in-between letter, you have to go the long way around. Okay, what are the minor arcs of A? Well, SR would be, right? SP would be. Or PQ would be. Right? Oh no, I didn't teach you what a semicircle is. One more away, we got SQ would be. Right? Because it's less than halfway. Now, semicircles contain, semicircle, write this down somewhere, is made with a diameter. Okay? So RP would be a semicircle. Okay? Or PR, you can say it either way. That's our only one. It's made with diameter. It's half a circle. Semicircle, half a circle. Alright, what are major arcs containing Q? Well, we have PQS, right? Or you could have RQS, right? Right. Are there any more? Nope, that's it. Okay, now that we know about arcs, we gotta learn about their measure, guys. The measure is equal to the degrees of the central angle. Okay? What that means is, if this angle is 50 degrees, this arc is 50 degrees. That's its measure. Okay? Which means if I need to find RQT, or TQR, you go 360 minus 50, which is 310 degrees. Okay? Okay? Yeah, let's see one. Here's another formula for it. An arc is equal to the sum of its two arcs. This is just like, well, let's say AB was 50 degrees. BC we'll say is 110 degrees. Well then to find ABC, it's 180. Sum of the parts equal the whole thing. Nothing too new here. Let's try it out. So what is my measure of PR? Well, if the central angle is 77 degrees, then that measure is 77 degrees. How do we find RS then? Well, they make up diameter, right? So that means we have to go 180 minus 77, which is 103 degrees. Okay? And then how do we find PRQ? Well, PRQ contains PR, RS, and SQ. So if you add those all together, you get your answer, okay, which is 208 degrees. Now to find PQR, there's a shortcut. The whole thing is 360, right? So the only piece we're missing is this one. So if we go 360 degrees minus 77, which is 283. Okay? I actually really like these problems. You guys think I'm nuts? The next slide. Circumference of a circle. Circumference is also known as perimeter, distance around, guys. The distance around. So your circumference, two formulas. Either pi times your diameter or 2 times pi times your radius. Okay? Let me tell you, I have a nice story about this that I can tell you in class. It's pretty good. Scale of 1 to 10, I give it 15. Oh, maybe that was my Pac-Man problem. I didn't get the problem. Here, we'll put an example out here. Example. If we have a circle with radius 3 inches, our area is 2 times pi times your radius, which is 6 pi. Okay, inches squared. That's an exact answer. You multiply it out for an approximate answer. Big difference. Make sure you read your questions carefully, please. Circles that have the same center point are called concentric. Okay? Con means with. Centric means center. They're circles with the same center. For example, a car has a circular turn radius of 16.1 feet. The distance between two tires is 4.7. How much further does the outside tire turn than the inside? Good. Did you know that NASCAR tires, the one on the outside actually has more tread than the one on the inside? Fun fact for you. Okay. So first, let's find the circumference of the big one. Well, we know the radius, so we go 2 pi times 16.1, right? And we need to actually get it, so we're going to use our calculators on this one. Okay, so that's 101.16 feet, right? Now we have to find the circumference of little. Okay? Well, that guy's radius is 16.1 minus 4.7. Okay? Which, according to my calculations, it's 11.4. So use 2 pi times 11.4. Okay, plug that into our calculators. we get 71.6 feet. So then we subtract them, and what do we get? Well, we get 29.56 feet. Okay. Okay, suppose the radius of A is equal to diameter B. What's the ratio of circumference? Well, circumference same as perimeter, and diameter is twice the size of radius, so it'd be a 2 to 1. Okay. Now for area, it'd be 4 to 1, because you have to square both of them. One more problem. Okay. Now, to find the length of an arc, this is arc length, not measure, guys, so this is not in degrees. What you do is you find your circumference of your circle and you times it by the degree measure of your arc over 360. Okay? So suppose Pac-Man, I'm trying this all wrong. Suppose Pac-Man had a radius of 3 inches. Okay, let's say this is 72 degrees. Let's find PC. Let's find the length of PC. Okay. Well, PC would equal, we said, our 72 over 360 degrees, because that's our arc measure, right? First we have to find the circumference of Pac-Man, so our C of P. Well, that's 2 times pi times 3, right? Which is 6 pi. So that's our circumference, so I'm going to put that up here. Okay? And I plug this in my calculator, or actually this reduces really easily if you want to get fancy. 72 over 360 is just 1/5. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, let's just do it. So we get from here to here, this arc length is 3.77 inches. Okay? So again, you just put your degrees over 360 times your circumference. Okay? That's all I got.